Good morning, boys and girls. This is going to be a quick reminder of how we graph on a coordinate plane. What I have in front of here right now is the first quadrant. Remember, there's 4 quadrants, and so if I had all 4 of them, they would be set up like this. We are going to be graphing in the first quadrant, and we're going to be using ordered pairs to mark our points on the grid. I want to remind you that this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis of the grid. X and y. And those are number lines that go in both directions to make the grid. And because they're both positive, this is the first quadrant of the grid. So we're going to be creating a picture. And what you have to remember is that the first number in the ordered pair always refers to the x-axis, and the second number always refers to the y-axis. So we call it the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate. And let me show you an example. So the first one is 0, 1. That's our ordered pair. This is considered the x-coordinate, and this is considered the y-coordinate. If you forget, you can say to yourself, you always have to lay down before you can get up. Going across before you go up and down. So if the 0 is the x-coordinate, that means we don't go anywhere on the x-axis. And we go up 1 on the y-axis. So 0, 1 would be right here. And we mark it by putting that circle right at the intersection. So if you look really carefully, you will be able to see an actual X inside your dot. Don't make your dots too small. I want to remind you that the point called 0, 0 is the origin of the coordinate. All right, the next one they ask us to do is 2, 3. That means we're going to go over 2 on the x-coordinate, on the x-axis, and up 3 on the y. So we go 1, 2, and then up 1, 2, 3, and right at that mark, we're going to draw a dot. Now, on your pictures, it will tell you what to do. And it says we're going to connect these 2 dots in a straight line. Okay, the next one is 4, 3. That means we go over 4 and then up 3. And again, right at that intersection, we're going to make that dot, and then we are going to connect our line. And you can use a ruler to do that if you'd like. The next one, and this is the last one I'm going to write down, is 3, 2. Okay, so that means we go over 3 and up 2 and make our line there, and then connect those 2. And the last one in this set is 4, 1. So it means over 4, up 1, and we connect those 2. Then it tells us to stop. Okay? It will tell us to stop. And then we go on to the next section. So the next section is 24, 17. That means I go over 24 and I go up to 17. And this is how I like to do it. Right where they meet, I'm going to put a dot. And I would suggest that you do it in pencil in case you make a mistake. It's easy to erase. The next one is 24 again, but it is 18. So I'm going to put that and connect those 2 lines. And then 23, 19. So I'm going to go up to 19 right here and connect that dot. Now, it's really hard to say, but what it's going to be, but we know we have this clue of river riding, so you might want to think about what that could be. Then we go to 22:19, which would be right here, and we connect, those two together, and then 21:18, so we're going back down a little bit, connecting that in a straight line. 21:17, we go over 21, up 17, and we're right here, and connect those two. And then 22:16, so we go to 22, and we look for 16, which is right here, and we connect these two. 23:16, over 23, up 16, and connect these two. And then 24:17, which is right back up here. We have a dot there, so all we need to do is connect that. So that looks like some kind of ball in a sky or somewhere up top. We stop. When it says stop, you're not going to be connecting any lines, and you go down to 14:11. Over 14, up 11. Where they intersect is right here. We draw our spot. Okay, 14:18. We go over 14. We go all the way up to 18 and draw our line, and then connect the two. Okay, then 21:6. We go over 21, we go up 6. Where they intersect is going to be right here. All right, now here is where I would use a ruler. I'm not going to take the time to do it, but my line won't be as straight as it should be. Close enough. And then I do 17:6. And I go right here. And I'm going to connect those. That's interesting. And then it asks me to stop. So then I do 12:1. Over 12, up 1. 14:3. Over 14, up 3. And connect them. 16:3. Over 16, up 3. And connect them. Remember, always you go across before you go up and down. 15:2. So I'm here and I go up 2. And I connect these two. And 16:1. Here's 16, go up 1, and I connect these two, and then it asks me to stop. So that's interesting, trying to figure out what that is. Then we go up to the top and it says 4:17. So I find 4, I follow it up to 17, and I put my mark right here. Over 5, up 16, over 5, up 16. I put it here and draw my line. And then the last one in this section says 6:17. So I'm back up here. And I draw that. Then it asks me to stop and do 8:5. 8:5. And 9:19. So 9:19, over 9, up 19. And again, making sure that dot is big enough so that it is right smack dab in the middle of that intersection. And then, so the 8:5 to this, they're asking me to draw a line. And I'm going to just go get a ruler for that because that is just too much for me to do at the moment. It won't be straight at all. Thank you to my assistant. And I'll connect those two lines using a ruler. Okay, that's much better. It looks, see how it's off just a little bit? That's going to be an interesting thing to watch, what happens with that. But they asked me to stop now and go to 20 and then up 1, 22 and 3, 1, 2, 3, and connect the line. And then 24 and 3, 24 and 3 is here. Oh, it looks like these are all going to be the same here. 23, 2, 23 up 2. I wonder what those could be. And 24 and 1. So 24 and 1 is here. And there seems to be that definite pattern there. And the last one they asked me to do is 25 and 2. So over 25, up 2. And we're going to end there. Okay, now it asked me to start again at 7 and 3. So over 7, up 3, and then 3 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And connect those two lines. Whoops. And then 23 and 5. So 23 and up 5, which should be right here. And then they asked me to do that. Oh, I think I see what this is doing right now. That looks like it's going to be a boat. And 22 and 3. So over 22, 1, 2, 3, up 3. So I'm going to connect the one that is already there. And then they asked me to stop. So I think it looks a little bit like a sailboat. I'm not sure what this is over here. Okay, next it says 3 and 18. So we go over 3, up 18. And we draw a mark there. 2, 17, so right below it. And 1, 18. So 1 and 18. And these are going to be connected. Okay. Okay, then we do 14 and 5. So over 14, up 5. 14 and 5 is right here. And 14, 6. 14, 6. That's right here. And we're going to connect those two. And then it asked me to stop and says 12, 1. So I go over 12, up 1, which is already marked. And then it asked me to do 11, 2. 1, 2. And it means that those two are going to be connected together. And then 12, 3. 12, 3 up here. And 10, 3. So 10, 3 is here. And we're going to connect those two together. Then it says 8, 1. 8, 1 goes right here. And it asked me to connect those two together. It's interesting. Let's see, where did I leave off? 7, 2. So 7, 2 would be right here. And I would connect those two together. And 8, 3 is here. And I would connect those two together. And 6, 3 would be right here. And I would connect those two together, and 4, 1. So 4, 1 is already marked, and all I have to do is bring this down. So it's looking to me like maybe these are waves, although I don't know. I don't know that there's really waves on a river. And this looks a little awkward here. Like maybe we should connect 11, 2 to 12, 3. And that actually is on here, 11, 2 to 12, 3. So that gets connected. All right. And then we're on the last column right now. We go over 9 and up 5. So remember, it's always over before you go up. So over 9, up 5 is right here. And then 9 and 19. So 9 and all the way up to 19, which is already here. So it looks like I'm going to take another one here and do 9 and 19. That's already there. Let's do that. So that looks like maybe a mast. And then we do from 9, 19, we do 17, 6. Over 17, up to 6, which is already marked. And we're going to connect those two together. Okay. I think I was right. That's looking more and more like a sailboat to me. Okay, 17, 6, and then 9, 6. So 9, 6, which is here. And I'm going to connect that to 17, 6. So this will be a straight line straight across. Oh, it's definitely a sailboat. Okay, and then we do 2, 16. So 2, 16, over 2, up 16. And the next one says 3, 15, over 3, up 15. Connect the dots. I wonder if these are supposed to be birds. And then 4, 16. So 4, 16. I bet that's what that's supposed to be. I bet those are supposed to be birds. And this is now looking like a moon. All right. And now we're in our last one, 21. So let's go over to 20 and up 1, which is already marked. 19, 2, which would be here. Okay. 23. So over 20, up 3, which would be here. And we would connect this dot. And 18, 3, 18, 1, 2, 3, and connect these two. And 16, 1. So right back down to here. So I bet that's what it is. So if you look at it really closely, it looks like a sailboat and there's waves, so you can't really see the bottom of the sailboat, but you do see the sails. That's cute. That's what our picture looks like. And then it asks you to color your picture. And that's great work. All right, so that's what you're going to be doing. What you have to remember is in your ordered pairs, this is the X coordinate, this is the Y coordinate. You always go over before you go up. So if there's a 0, it means you don't go over, you just go up. And if there was a 0 in the Y coordinate, it would mean you go over, but you don't go up or down. So that's the interesting part of this. And have fun, color it, and your picture is very different. Okay, good luck with that. Thank you.